Shalom, shalom. I got you with another one. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I am not a member of Great Millstone, but that is where I receive all my teachings. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barakathum to all you brothers. And I'm back on it again. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to entitle this video. It's going to be either No Time for Mirth or You Must Put Away That Old Man. And it's kind of one and the same because as you know, the children of Israel, as Israelites, us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, predominantly Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also the speckled bird that looks like the other nations, man, we like to have fun. We like to party. We like to drink. We like to go out. We like to have a good time. And, you know, sometimes that spirit of mirth isn't good for us. Let's look up that word, mirth. There it is. Let's look up that word, mirth. Pleasure, external bliss, salvation. Let's just go all the way down to the definition because it'll have it. That's the only definition I got? Huh. Well, these are the, you know what I'm saying, like entities. Mary. Let's go back up. And this, I mean, it kind of hit it right here. You know, to joy, pleasure, external bliss, salvation. What's some more up in here? Expressions of manifestation of happiness, and rejoicing. And the times that we are living in now, it's no time for mirth, right? And that's not to say you don't go out and you know what I'm saying, hang out with your brothers or go see your family or go have fun or go to the bar or go to the movies. But being in the state of mirth is not where we are right now. You know, being in the state of partying and bullshitting and having fun is not in the state that we're in right now. We're coming up against some really hard times are coming towards us. We can't, you know, you can't run away from the pain. You got to run towards it. And we're staring down the barrel, for lack of better terms, we're staring down the barrel of Jacob's trouble, right? Where this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to come down on the children of Israel with great wrath. It'll be like no time ever before recorded in history on earth. It's going to be the worst time, especially for the children of Israel, because if you're in the earthly mindset, if you're in the mirth mindset and not in the mindset of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to get caught out there because there's nothing else on this earth that can save us from this man. There's you can't prep enough. You can't have enough stored food. You can't have bunkers or hideaways, or you can't have enough ammo and enough guns that Esau won't just send a damn a drone over wherever you at and drop a goddamn bomb on you. Right? We're dealing with the most heinous, the most evilest people that ever walked the face of this earth. You see what they do. You see people are you know what I'm saying, SD, you know, sudden, you know, they have a thing called the sudden death syndrome, right? Like, you ask yourself, like, where the fuck did that come from? I've been on the earth for some 30-something odd years. I ain't never heard of sudden death syndrome, right? That's some new shit they made up. Why? Because people took that juice. And now you got athletes that are in the perfect shape, the prime of their lives, in their 20s. You got people who's in their 30s, and they're just passing out. Sudden death syndrome. So you're dealing with one of the most heinous people or nation on the face of this earth. And you have some people, our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, that are in this party and bullshit mindset. You know, soon as they pretty much lift all the all the limitations that was going on, I think it was 2020 or 2021. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as they lift all those limitations, it's like, excuse me, our people went fucking crazy. They went all out with it. You know what I mean? They're getting BBLs. You know, they got them PPP loans, and they just full steam ahead into wickedness, right? So let's get into some scriptures. I don't want to keep babbling on. Let's get into some scriptures. But it's not like I said before. It's nothing wrong with having a good time, but to have your mindset into constantly having a good time, or constantly wanting to play and laugh and joke, and you know what I'm saying, being in that mindset, you know what I'm saying, it's going to get you caught out there. Okay, so let's go into these scriptures. Let's stay in Ezekiel. That's perfect. Well, let's go to Ezekiel 21. We're going to go to Ezekiel 21 and 10. Let's start at 9. Ezekiel 21 and 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It cometh the rod. Excuse me. It contendeth the rod of my son as every tree. Right? So what this is saying is basically like the Lord has sharpened a sword. And spiritually, that sword is Esau. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He has sharpened his sword where it's glistening. So right now, Esau Edom is ready to attack. And, you know, when it says in 10, should we then make mirth? Should we then be partying and bullshitting, right? And not being watchful of what's going on? Okay? Because this man has an agenda. He has an agenda. He has a plan. And he is rolling it out little by little that you can't even see it coming. It's like if you watch the Animal Channel, and you will see a lioness or, you know, one of those big cats, how they slowly creep up on the unsuspecting gazelle or impala, and they just slowly keep up. And if they look up, they'll duck back down. But then the impala or the gazelle, they'll go back to eating and, you know what I'm saying, not paying attention. And then suddenly, boom, he'll pounce. And it be too late, right? So that's what the Lord is telling you. Like, look, I have sharpened my sword. I have furbished it that it glitters. That means Esau is basically at the height of his blessing, which he was blessed with the sword. That's why he's such a great warmonger, a fighter, a hunter, because that was the blessing of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? So the Lord, like, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is a prophecy that, you know what I'm saying, he was telling Ezekiel to do, you know what I'm saying, when Ezekiel came back, like, yo, tell my people, look, my sword is furbished. It's glistening. So what y'all gonna do now? Y'all gonna be partying and bullshitting and not being observant and seeing what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's like my mom used to always tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, Taryn, it's a time for everything. Let me get that. Let me get that in Ezekiel. Because it is. It's a time for everything. Because I used to bullshit in school a lot. I used to be drawing and, you know what I'm saying, just doing whatever. And my mom used to always tell me, like, it's not the time for that. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get it. It's Ezekiel 3:4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them, for art thou. Is this the one I wanted? This isn't what I wanted. Salakia. Let's see if I can look it up. Salakia, y'all bear with me. Right, because right now it isn't the time. It isn't the time for it's not the time for mirth. Right now isn't the time for mirth. Okay, Salaki, I was supposed to be in Ecclesiastes. Let's go back. Salaki for that, y'all. Sometimes you get so excited. Here it is. Here it is. Now I'm going to read it from 2. Ecclesiastes 3:2. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rent and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And let's just do this last one. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, right? So right now we're in the times of being vigilant. This is not the time to be on this party and bullshit vibe all the time. Like I say, it ain't nothing wrong with having a good time, having a drink or two with your friends, you know, going out, shooting some pool, going to a movie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But for that to be in your mind state constantly, you just, I'm just going to live my best life. You know, Jake loves saying that shit. I'm living my best life. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm saying, YOLO. You know, the world has put out these phrases and Jake has ate that shit up. YOLO, I'm going to live my best life. You know what I'm saying? Like the phrase from Nike, just do it. Or, you know, the phrase from the Sprite, obey your thirst. You know what I mean? To the point where people are living carelessly from day to day, not understanding the time that they're in. Right now, we are in the last leg of the rulership of Esau Edom. And he's going to feel the slipping away of his kingdom, and he's going to go fucking bananas. You ever seen somebody fall? And if you see them in slow motion fall, they start grabbing at anything, right? Their arms are swelling in the air and they're grabbing at anything and they're trying to do anything to not fall. That is the kingdom of Esau Edom that we're in right now. It's going to come a time where this man going to realize that he is falling and he's just going to grab anything. He's going to try to do whatever it takes not to lose his kingdom. And rightfully so, you know? Who want to lose dominion over the world. Who want to lose rulership? No one. But he's going to go so drastically out of hand that it's going to be the worst times ever. Right? It's going to be the worst times ever. So let's stay in Ecclesiastes. Let's stay in here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7. Because some people are like, well, so what I supposed to do? Just not have fun? You know how Jake is. Dramatic as fuck. So what a nigga supposed to do? Just not have fun? Just not do nothing? Just stay in the house? Like, no, you can go out and have fun. But your mindset need to understand that, you know what I'm saying, shit is real out here. Right? So let's get Ecclesiastes 7:2. We're going to start that. And it reads, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Excuse me. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth. Right? So right now, we need to be in the house of the wise. We need to be not walking around mourning, but you need to understand, like, we're going to come up against some times where shit about to get crazy. You know, and we don't know where we're going to be. We don't know how we're going to how our clothes are going to, you know, are we going to be able to change clothes? Are we going to be able to bathe? Are we going to be able to feed our families? We don't know. You know, you don't know if you're going to be able to protect your family. You don't know if you're going to be able to protect your children. You know? And that's why you need to pray constantly. Pray constantly to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's not the time to be in the party and bullshit era. And I can't stress this the most. That don't mean you can't take your family out to the bowling alley. That don't mean y'all can't go to the beach. That don't mean y'all can't go to the movies. That don't mean y'all can't go out and have a pizza. That don't mean y'all can't go to the park. But you need to understand what times you're in. You need to be vigilant. And that's good. Be vigilant. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke, 21. Luke 21 and 36. Luke 21 and 36, and it reads, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and stand before the Son of Man. See, all these things that I just named, pray and you know what I'm saying, be vigilant, that you can, you know, be able to escape these things. Hunger, pestilence, violence, you know, sedition amongst men. You think your neighbors like you so much? You think you got some cool ass neighbors? Wait till they ain't ate in 3-4 days, and they know you got bags of rice and chicken at your house, and you told them no 2 days ago. You wait till then. Wait till they wait. You gonna see the real in people when shit hit the fan, and it's coming. It is coming. Know how I know it's coming? Because the scripture says it is. For the Lord say, I am not a man, I shall not lie. And he got his prophets back on the streets. The brothers a great millstone, spitting 100% truth. Things that have been made known to us, they give it to you 100. No chaser. And things are going to get real out here. So you can't be in the mindset of, you know, I'm just going to get it. I'm going to party. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this new job so I can get this new house and this car. It ain't nothing wrong with that, but you need to understand in your mind that you can lose that shit like this. You can lose that in the blink of an eye. You can lose everything. And you got to be able to mentally, spiritually, and physically withstand that and say, all right, y'all, let's go. Pick up y'all shit, get a few pairs of clothes, let's go. it might be so crazy, and it might come upon us so fast that you can't even grab no clothes. You might rarely escape with the clothes on your back. And you need to understand that. And let's go to Peter, because Peter said it too. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. Was it in 1 Peter or 2 Peter? Let's try 1 Peter. Can't remember. Boom, got it. 1 Peter 5:8, and it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? And this roaring lion, this adversary, is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The arch enemy of the children of Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans. Just look around. Just look around. Who get it the worst from the so-called white man? Not the Orientals, right? Not the Indians, you know? Not the Germans, you know? Not none of these other nations. He give it to us the worst. You Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans. Why? Because you are the children of Israel. You are his arch enemy. So you have to be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. He waiting on these jakes out here that just partying and bullshitting around. Those are the ones he gonna catch slipping first. The ones that ain't gonna be able to believe what's going on. After we have, you know what I'm saying, after the men of the Lord have told them time and time and time and time again, look, this is what's going to happen, and this is who's going to do it. Don't trust these people. Don't trust them as far as you can see them. Because when they start falling, when the kingdoms start falling, they're going to start reaching for anything, everything. Just check his history. Check the history of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Right? Don't let them dismiss their history. Because you know why? Because when you go into the phone store just to buy a goddamn phone, they checking your credit. They checking your history. They checking your driver's history when you're trying to get insurance. With certain jobs, they check your credit history. You know what I mean? They check all your damn history. But you can't pull up his history and say, well, look what y'all did throughout history. That's how you know who people are. Check their history and what they've done throughout history. When they wanted something so bad, check out what they did. They did anything for it. They did anything for it. The genocide, the murder, the robbery. Shit. Esau Edom, number one on earth, nigga. He stole a whole country. Esau Edom will throw a nigga in jail for, he be on his third strike, throw a nigga in jail for a life sentence for stealing the Snicker bar. This nigga steal a whole country. And he, remember that game when right before you play hide seat, you say, not it. That nigga say, not it. You got to hold this man accountable mentally. You got to understand who you dealing with. Once you understand who you dealing with, then you ahead of the game. And once you understand what's going on around you, boom, you ahead of the game. And then what you put into it is you put that mixture of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in it. And then, and now you're cooking with fire. Now you're cooking with fire. Because you got your power with you. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is our power. That's our power. Not stacking up food, not stacking up guns, not having a bunker, not having a bug out bag. Our power is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. He will get you out of situations that you didn't even know you were headed into. You hear me? So let's read that one more time. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober. That don't mean you can't have a drink. It means just be alert. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? And I don't want to make this long, because I ain't gonna make this long, I promise. Because our society is in that time of Noah. Remember the time of Noah when Noah was telling everybody, hey, it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? People was marrying and giving in marriage, the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? And they got caught off guard. Don't get caught off guard, because it's coming. Because your life depends on it. You can still have fun, but just don't let that be your complete and utter mind state. Okay? So let me see if I got anything else. No, that's about it. But you know what I'm saying, you gotta know what you're a part of. You gotta know what you're into. You gotta know your times. Because the times right now are very, very drastic. You know what I'm saying? If you're caught off guard. Like I say, ain't nothing wrong with having fun. But just don't be in that mindset of, okay, all the, you know what I'm saying, they dropped all the restrictions, man. Let's just go out and wild out. Because that's how they gonna catch your ass off guard. Jake just like to party and bullshit and joke around. Like everything just a goddamn joke. But just don't get, you know what I'm saying, it's no time for mirth. You got to put that old man away, that old man that like partying and having fun. You got to put that away. So, with that, I'd like to say, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Hopefully this was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.